This tutorial will demonstrate how to download and install Firefox. Most PCs come installed with Explorer, and that's a very popular web browser just because it's the default on many PC computers. However, there's another browser out there called Firefox that is a very good browser that oftentimes works better than Explorer. So I'm going to have you install it, and you can use kind of whichever. The nice thing about having two of them is that if you're having problems with something on one, you can always switch over. And I typically will use Firefox, though there are times when things aren't working with Firefox and I'll switch over to Explorer and they will work. So it's nice to have both those options. So simply do a Google search for Firefox and you'll find the first one listed is the Firefox web browser from mozilla.com/firefox. Just as a side note here, there's always sponsored links when you do your searches in Google, whether they're on the side or the top, and I would just always be a little bit leery of those because oftentimes those are ones that are tagged with a lot of different things and sometimes can house spam and some other stuff. Not always, but sometimes. And so I would just always be a little leery of the sponsored links, and typically we'll click on the links just within the basic browser. But here you'll see the Firefox web browser from mozilla.com. And this is what the website looks like here. And as you can see down at the bottom left is the Firefox 3 free download. It's a free browser, just like Explorer is free that you can download. And so click on the link there. And then up will come the file download security warning, where it's asking you if you want to run, save, or cancel this. So this is the .exe file, which never download or install an exe file that you're not confident in the owner or who you're getting that from, because that can cause you problems as well. But in this case, this is a reliable source, and so you want to, typically I will save the exe file. And when I'm downloading and install the exe file after you've installed the application, you don't need it any longer. So I'll just usually stick it on my desktop, click on save, and it's going to download this to my desktop. So once it's finished downloading, it will take and install the exe icon on my desktop like you see here. From here you simply double click that exe file, and then it'll open up the installation wizard for you to go through and install the application. After you're finished installing, then you can simply delete that exe file that you have here. Then you'll see an icon, a Firefox icon on your desktop, and Firefox looks very similar. It's a little different feel, but basically you have the same kind of features that you do in Explorer, but now you have another option. So once again, I would recommend if you're having problems in one browser, then switch over and try the other and see if that works for you. One last thing I want to comment on browsers is that when using Explorer, that sometimes when you're just supposed to download files that you'll get an error message or it won't show up. So for example, if you're using Explorer and you're downloading Audacity, which you will be doing this week, and when you go to download here and you click on the download installer link, it will take you to the page that it's supposed to download. Okay, and then when you click to download it, then you might notice, and you should notice in Explorer, a little bar that comes up here. Okay, and you may easily close that, but however you need that, because as you see with this website, you're trying to download, but then you don't see any place to download. And what's happening is Explorer is blocking this because it's wanting to download, once again, an exe file. That might be dangerous. So Explorer automatically blocks that. What you need to do, you always watch for this bar that pops up here, and then if you want to actually download or you want to allow that pop up, then you simply right click and then go download file, and it'll begin downloading the file. And so always keep an eye when using Explorer if there is something that's popping up on the top, and that's usually trying to block something, or it's just a security setting that makes sure that you actually want to download or allow this to run.